What's on that brown sugar? Stillers, Stillers, Pittsburgh all day. Pittsburgh Steelers. I like Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh. I like Green Bay. Green Bay, my number one team. But anyway, before I start, let me address the females. I love y'all. Good morning. I don't really say good morning. Bless up to everybody on this Monday. I know y'all probably saying, "What is Jamaica doing online?" First of all, I want to say I love y'all, ladies. Your ladies are beautiful. You know, I definitely appreciate y'all. You know, um, I want y'all to have a blessed day. I want y'all to know that y'all beautiful. Get up, shine like an eagle, shine like the star that y'all are. Ladies, y'all are gorgeous. Y'all are phenomenal. If nobody didn't wake you up and tell you today, you are wonderful, beautiful. You are a phenomenal woman, a queen. Carry yourself, earn your worth, own it. Know that you're worth more than a lot. So today I came up here. I mean, there's mad floods going around in the Virginia area, but I seem to make it to the high school seminar that they was having today. It's beautiful teenagers that are in high school, junior high school. And I went to the seminar today. That's why I'll explain why I'm not at work. But I went to the seminar today. And at the seminar, for all the parents and all the people up here, it's awareness week month. And the awareness is on bullying and harassing and teaching the kids what to do. So at the seminar today, this morning, I was at the junior high school. It was a beautiful seminar, and the reason why it's Awareness Month is because if you are familiarized what's going on in your community or what's going on in the world today, you'll realize that there's a lot of children that has been taking guns to school, carrying guns to school because of them wanting to protect themselves from people harassing them and bullying them. So they take guns to school and shoot up the school. And everybody and anybody is an enemy to the victim that been bullied during his school year. So this is what Awareness Month is all about. And they acknowledge the Awareness month this morning at the junior high school this morning. And what I want to say is I was listening to each student come up to today as an awareness month of uh, being bullied and some of the changes that needs to be made in the school system so kids don't feel like they have to bring guns to school and shoot up the whole school because they're being bullied at school. So I was listening at the seminar this morning, and at the seminar this morning, the kids was giving their speech, and they were saying, how they don't like to see other kids get bullied, and they be afraid to speak up because if they speak up and try to help the kid that's getting bullied, they're afraid that they might end up getting bullied and stuff like that. So And one student, after about 6 or 7 students spoke, one student came up to the podium and directed this his speech, should I say his speech, to um, thanking Shamar. This young man came up to the podium this morning thanking Shamar, and how he said that he looks up to Shamar because he's seen the how Tommy was being bullying Shamar, and how hateful Tommy was being towards Shamar, and how Tommy was. This kid must have been watching what was going on the internet, because he directed his whole essay towards Shamar, and thanking Shamar on teaching them how to deal with certain things, people, such as what he was going through with what Shamar was going through with Tommy harassing him and bullying him and everything. So the teenager was speaking on it, and he said, he even mentioned the point where Tommy hit Shamar. So he said his essay was about thanking Shamar to teach them how to continue on following their dreams and having ambitions, and not letting a hater or a devil energy stop him for his goal. So he dedicated his essay to Shamar. So now I understand why Tommy the Gossip, with his dumb, uneducated ass, you can't explain nothing to him. He's looking for attention. That's why he keeps saying, when somebody got out of jail, now everybody jail this, everybody. Mind your business. Nobody's going to give you attention. And the sad part about Tommy the Gossip, you fucking failure. You're a failure. You'll never be nobody. And the good thing about everything that you've done is the whole world seen how ugly you are. The whole world seen how of a bum bastard you are, that sits on the internet and kept harassing a handicapped person. So you got on the internet making a statement. They show a statement saying that they got Shamar as a spokesperson for. You didn't say spokesperson because you don't have that educated mind. Speaking up for being bullied, of course. Why wouldn't Shamar be the spokesman for going to these schools and telling these children on how to deal with people like you, who think that you can bully people and harass people, Tommy the Gossip? Okay, so everything that you see positive that's going on in somebody's life, you try to make it as a negative thing. And then you said something about Shamar's merchandise, about what he got Big Marco on his shirt. If you knew anything about the industry, or anything that's very educational and out in society, or what's going on in society, and how people um, carry themselves, and how they go to re-endorsements, that's a re-endorsement. All athletes, all artists, all celebrities, anybody that has anything out, even people that has their own businesses, do re-endorsement. So you trying to put down Shamar making a joke about selling his t-shirts for $40, and to who's gonna buy it? You don't have to buy it, because we know that you're not Shamar's friend, Tommy the Gossip. We know that you ugly, roll-faced, roadkill looking ass nigga. You a dusty, dirty ass nigga that sits on the fucking internet complaining and analyzing. Ain't nobody tell you shit. Yeah, the people that follow you are just as bitter as you, because who sits around and try to make positive steps in life look bad. So you, Tommy the Gossip, getting on the internet talking about Shamar being a role model about being bullied. These kids in school this morning, and a teenager, these are not kindergarten, these are kids that are teenagers, make comments and statements about how they dislike you. The whole world, how do you feel, Tommy the Gossip, knowing that the whole world will dislike you? Only people put up with you is the people that sits on your platform. When I went to the seminar this morning at the junior high school down here, and it was a lot of all these kids was talking about this is a month of awareness, making sure that we are aware of what's going on in the community and why our children feel that they have to bring weapons to school so they don't be bullied. So it's awareness month. And Tommy the Gossip, you sitting on the internet trying to pick. You looking for attention from both ways. Both ways. You looking for attention from Alvo. You looking for attention for Shamar because you keep making comments, but he's not gonna feed into. Nobody's feeding into you. I'm addressing you because this is what I do. I'm a political correct person that feels like some things needs to be addressed and some things need to be said because you got ignorant people like tea time, bedtime, SL Davis, Coco, all you ignorant motherfuckers that run with your ignorance because they just as bitter as you. So by you saying that, laughing about Shamar speaking up for about his acknowledgement about being bullied and going to these schools and talking to these teenagers and children about being bullied, and they asked Shamar questions on how he dealt with it, and because you see Shamar shining so hard on you motherfuckers that sat back and try to put a ankle block on Shamar so he couldn't motherfucker accomplish his dream. But today, when those children was at the school and they was saying how they admired Shamar for standing up from himself behind you, Tommy the Gossip, being bullied. So these are teenagers in junior high school that are on a computer seeing this happening. And this is Tommy the Gossip. My question to you is, how do you feel that the whole world dislike you? You think getting on the internet harassing Shamar for 2-3 years for assaulting Shamar, calling him all kinds of names. Your jealousy of Shamar showed so much, and it's still showing. Because now you talking about how could Shamar be a person? Because how could he be a spokesperson about being bullied? Because y'all bullied him. You and your platform, and you and Messy Dow, LaShawn, all of you fake ass friends that wanted to be his so-called friends, bullied him. So why wouldn't Shamar be a good candidate to speak up about bullying? And how is that wrong? How is that wrong, Tommy Gossip? See, what you don't understand is life. When you don't have a life, you don't understand positive steps in life. That's why you so bitter, and now you trying to make a big thing about it. And talking about you in the car looking tacky like an old bag ass lady that had a hard night drinking all night and sniffing cocaine. You disgusting looking, you dirty ass clothes wearing ass fag hag. That's what you look like, a fucking fag hag. You don't dress, you don't brush your teeth, you don't wash your face. You just so dirty and bitter. And so now, then you see Shamar made a shirt with say Big Marco on it. Now you got something to say. Who gonna buy a shirt for $40? Knowing that Shamar and Alex, his manager, was playing around about the price. But if he was, so what? That's his merchandise. He's doing something that you wish you could do. All the lies that you told that you was doing, and you was going this place, you was gonna be on that television set, you was gonna be in this movie, you was going places, Tommy the Gossip. How come you still sitting on stupid, you retarded, bitter, angry bird looking bitch? You fucking bed bug looking, dusty, dirty, ashy face nigga? AIDS infested, herpes having ass nigga? How come? You so bitter, and you trying to you analyzing, watching Shamar, still stalking and watching Shamar's every move, Scared. All of y'all bitter, angry bird is so scared that Alva and Shamar gonna be back together again. And if they do, who gives a fuck? They was together for 2 years. They loved each other. They cared about each other. And it was you bitter demons that broke them up. But who cares? It's their business. This is the problem with bitter motherfuckers that don't grow. You don't grow because you too busy trying to put poison on other people. You talking about you in the car to go right by your son something. We yet to see this happen. You only saying that because you on the internet talking about a woman and her children. That's all you got to give to life. And then regardless to what Kay's doing with her children, she's with her child and children all day, every day. Where are you at? You try to make yourself look like you doing something because you out and about to go buy you some more drugs, or trying to act like you trying to ride around and see if you can stalk and see if you see Albo. That's what you doing. I wish you would have came outside when I came up there to bust you upside your motherfucking head, Tommy the Gossip. You a bitter person. Like how, and the sad thing about it, I was so glad I sat there. The kids, I started at 7 o'clock. You feel me? And I knew today was gonna be an emotional day because it touched my heart how these kids. You would think teenagers had more to think about in life as the way the teenagers are growing up nowadays. But when these teenagers expressed themselves today at that cinema ceremony this morning about how being bullied and how that's why kids come to school with weapons and stuff. And that's why I say I'm not trying to draw nobody. I'm not trying to draw. I don't care what direction you go. Y'all grown people. So what my audience, the people that I'm talking to that understand the movement and what I'm saying, they get it. And I'm saying this because it's true. Every woman and every person that follows Tommy the Gossip, you cannot sit back and say that you have your own mind, because what if it was your children? What if it was somebody that everybody got a handicapped person in their family? What if it was your child? All y'all people that be applauding the fact that Tommy's talking about this woman and her children, how Tommy thinks that he's a internet bully because he's a scary motherfucker, and he won't go in the land. So he thinks he's an internet bully, but he knows who to fuck with and who don't fuck with. For this point on, y'all already know that. I don't give a fuck if he throws indirect. You sooner or later you gonna come outside and somebody's gonna punch you in your face if it ain't me and my crew. Because you, with the grace of God, me and my crew didn't catch you. You wouldn't be living today. So anybody else that catch you, may they hurt you, damage you, and kick your teeth out your crooked ass mouth, them crooked ass teeth. But you get on this internet thinking that you're the bully of the internet, Tommy the Gossip, and you a bum. You don't have nothing. You ain't gonna never have nothing. And I'm not talking about materialistic things, because you don't have those either. Let's keep that simple. We already know you a cheap nigga that brag about nothing and ain't getting no money. So you get up here and keep trying to attack a woman and her child, and you was never a father. Never a father. Just because you go get visitation hours is not being a father. You don't do nothing for your family. You embarrass your kid, Tommy. Every day you sit on this internet, you embarrass yourself in front of the whole nation, and your son is embarrassed by it. Don't think your son ain't getting bullied. Don't think your son ain't getting bullied. Trust me. Then you always try to make it look like everybody's a predator but you the only one that has a predator mind. That's the every time you see and nowadays that's what little girls do. They wear their dresses with their shorts underneath it, and some of them be dancing. Just because you see a child dancing don't always mean a child is going to a strip club, and everything's always negative in your mind, and you always try to paint a negative picture for everybody, Tommy the gossip, and you and your followers, they just as stupid and ignorant and demonic just as you are, because some their kids could be getting bullied, could be getting molested, but they follow you. I don't understand why, even though we know that you're not getting that many views. You got your moms or whatever the weak ass bitches do, and y'all play with those views and make it look like you got a bunch of people following you when you know damn well you ain't nobody following you. Ain't 10,000 people ain't following you, Tommy the gossip, because you know why 10,000 people ain't following you? Because the whole world seen you bullied bully Shamar for 3 years on the internet and then assaulted him. So now, because Shamar is, they see, not only did they see you do it, but they see Shamar struggle just as well as anybody else here. But Tommy the gossip, now that you see this Shamar's getting this attention now in society. Shamar's on television shows, radio station, talking about how did he handle getting bullied by you. And today at the seminar, when I went to the junior high school seminar today, at the seminar, this teenager dedicated his whole essay to Shamar. This teenager got on stage and he said he want to dedicate, because it's a awareness month. Awareness month is for parents, society, and role models, mentors to get involved, because we want to understand and stop the children from feeling that they have to be attacked and feel like they have to carry guns to school and shoot up the school, carry weapons to school because they're being bullied. So because it's awareness month, they decided to have Shamar. Spoke on ABC and 107 and radio station in Houston and everything about how did he handle about getting bullied. I didn't see the interview yet; it didn't come out yet, but that's what Shamar. Why Shamar was going to all these schools and everything, talking to the children. So today at the seminar, when I went, and this teenager dedicated his whole essay to Shamar, thanking Shamar to help him cope with being bullied. And he said that he give 110% of his loyalty to Shamar, because Shamar kept going on. And the point to all this, Tommy the gossip, you see how the whole world, and these are teenagers not in middle school, these are junior high school teenagers seminar I was at this morning for them doing awareness to being bullied, or people to get bullied, giving solutions so we all can pitch in and find solutions to the problems of bullying people to make them feel like they need to commit suicide because they can't handle the stress, and the people just pick like a gnat. You're a fucking gnat. A gnat with a bonnet on and to wear dirty clothes all day long. Just switching every day. He's switching from that gray T-shirt to the black one, and then to the old lady clothes with the old lady wigs on. Like, bruh, get involved with yourself. You are too bitter, Tommy the gossip. So anyway, they picked Shamar as the spokesperson on being bullied, and Shamar was speaking on it. So Tommy the gossip takes it as a joke. Girl, they got Shamar being a spokesperson for being bullied. Exactly. Why wouldn't they have Shamar? And then to know that these teenagers are watching you, and the whole world have watched you. And Tommy, how does it feel? You think that people on the internet is tired of you. How does it really feel to know that the whole nation hates your ass because you think that you are fucking bully on the internet? And everybody now is listening to Shamar's story and what happened, and how he handled it, and you taking it as a bad thing, and it's a good thing. That's why I say, that's why when the devil people see you, see somebody shining, they automatically run to other demons platform and make negative comments, because they know the other demons, such as bedtime, tea time stories, Selena Davis, Coco, LaShawn, Messy. Now they know them Blast. They know all of them are messy. They all demons. They all want to see them fall. They don't never want to see Shamar or Albo do good in life. They want to criticize everything, but to criticize the fact that these two young men decide they want to change their life, especially Shamar. Shamar should be the spokesperson of talking about being bullied. Because look what God's, and you know what? And I'm glad that I'm so glad your negative energy, you feel like your negative energy is carrying something, Tommy the gossip. Because every time you throw out negative energy towards Shamar, God bless him even harder in front of his enemies. You're an enemy. You a hateful motherfucker. And then you keep everybody said that the internet was dry when somebody was in jail, now somebody out of jail. You want this young man to give you some attention. Nobody's focused on you. The world don't even like you. The nation don't even like you. How does that feel about you, Tom the Gossip? And they hate the fact that the whole world hate the fact that these kids had to see this happen, and then they took it upon themselves to stop the violence and stop the bullying, to speak up. They want other children to speak up, or whoever to speak up and get involved with shutting down bullies. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I guess that's why I was sent to this internet, because it's time to shut all this shit down. And all y'all keep passing along this bitterness that he said to Tommy Gossip said this. Tommy, fuck him. And fuck y'all poison motherfucker that passed along that bullshit. Y'all don't know what happiness is. You don't know what peacefulness is. And then you forget the fact that you got fucking kids out here in society. Kids that are in school. Kids that are probably going through the same fucking thing that bullies be putting everybody else in. Kids that are going through the same thing that Tom the Gossip put Shamar through for the last years he's been in Shamar's life. Bully, harassing, just because of his handicap. Because that's all Tommy the God said. He's still stalking Shamar, because everything he sees Shamar doing, he trying to act like, oh, somebody just sent me this. No, bitch, you stalking Shamar, and you following the footsteps of all the ones that you obsessed with, and everything that Shamar is doing, you trying to come to the internet running it down like it's an evil or bad thing, because Shamar's on ABC News and on 107 radio station, and play different states talking about being bullied and how he handled it, and you took it as a joke. See how the devil works? You see how Tommy noticed that about Shamar? They picked Shamar to be the spokesperson to talk about being bullied and how he handled it. He gets on the internet. Oh, Shamar got on. They picked Shamar to be the spokesperson about talking about being bullied. Why wouldn't they? The whole world's seen you. See, Tom Nagasa, what you try to do is block blessings that God is sending Shamar and sending the whole world, waking the whole world up. Because as you can see, you're forcing your mods to make sure that it look like 10,000 viewers, or you got 9.5 viewers or whatever, to make it seem like all these people are watching you. You know, goddamn well, it ain't even that high. It ain't even that high, bruh, because the whole world do not like you. These kids today don't even know you, but see what they seen on the internet as you being a bully. At a seminar today at a junior high school today, they was talking about how they dislike you as a person because you think you're a bully, an internet bully. They talked about you in their essay because it's awareness month to stop children feeling like they got to hide from their parents and not tell parents or their mentor or society or their teacher or the police that they're being bullied. We got to stop bullies because bullies make people feel like they got to commit suicide because they don't know who they can run to or talk to because they being bullied. They are fear. You trying to put fear in other people, and what you then Tommy the gossip, you ain't putting fear. I'm talking about physical fear in people. You're trying to put people down in fear because you hate to be left behind. So that's why you get up here on this internet and try to judge the steps that Alvo is taking, or the steps that Shamar is taking, or the steps that Khalid taking, or Amory, or Armory, or Clue, or K, or Jigabug, or J Rock, or you worry about you being left behind because every time you see positive things that's going on in Shamar's life, you try to make a joke out of it. So makes sense to me how this is awareness month and teaching the kids awareness about being bullied. How is you thinking it's funny that they chose Shamar to talk about it? I think they chose the right person. Because the whole world watched you be an imbecile and a stupid ass, a retarded nigga that took advantage of a handicapped young man and trying to keep him hold back and want the whole world to hate him because you hate him, that he was moving on with his dreams and he moved on without you. He left the trash bag by the dumpster and you mad about it, Tommy the gossip. So you got up here this morning. I'm coming back from the seminar, and I'm watching YouTube in my car driving back, and that's the first thing you see on this bitch tea time, talking about how Tom the gossip laughing about they picked Shamar to talk about be the spokesperson to talk about being bullied. How is that funny? If it's awareness month and we trying to teach our kids not to go to school with a gun or a knife or taser or whatever it is to protect themselves from bullies like you. Then you mad because Shamar put his name on a big Marco on a T-shirt, and him and his manager Alex was playing around how much they were gonna sell for, and Shamar said $40. Then you took it around. Who's gonna buy that shit? You always telling who's gonna buy that shit? His fans. You're not a fan. You a hater, Tommy the gossip. Anything you see positive going on in Shamar's life, you hating on it. You don't have he don't need your support. So you don't have to buy, even if his t-shirt was gonna be $40, even though they was making a joke when they did that video. But because you're so bitter, you always try to, you go to your platform and say it, because the people that follow your platform is that demons. It's the same demons that their child, they laughing with you, but they not telling the truth that their child is being bullied in school. Their child has been sexually assaulted by one of their boyfriends or somebody in their family. See, the bitter people follow your platform, Tommy the gossip. Kai, I love you, sweetheart. I love you. Good morning, Queen. How are you? I was talking about and God bless your son. The graduate. Did he graduate from high school? Is he going to college? I was talking about today was they did a ceremony today for awareness, and awareness is to be aware of the bulliness that is going on with our children, or with any child or with anybody in the community, and to get involved. So at the ceremony, it was all junior high school kids, and they was given their concerns and their essays and speeches. How we all that participate into stopping the violence with the kids feel like they got to bring a gun or a knife or whatever to school to protect themselves behind bulliness. And one I love this church song, God's Grace. Oh, he is. You know what? Kai, they got technical schools, colleges that he could go into instead of just going to something like Duke or Harvard or Yale. He could go to a technical college. You know what? I'm gonna look into that, but it is some out there. It's like TTIC Technical College for him to be electrician. Absolutely, absolutely. So tell also, I know we don't want to crash his brain up. He just got finished 12 years of school, so. But let him know that before he goes to just any college, that they got colleges for that TCIC, I think it's called TTIC. I'm gonna check into it though, but make sure that he checks into it too, Kai. So back to what I was telling you. So at the ceremony today, they was giving the teenagers turns to come up to the podium and address how they feel about being bullied and or seeing somebody get bullied. So after the sixth or the seventh child came up on the podium, one child, he couldn't have been no more than 16, I say going on 16 or 15. He got on the stage and he dedicated his essay to Shamar. And his essay was like to say to Shamar, thank you, to give him strength to address how to handle being bullied. And Tommy the Gossip heard about Shamar being picked as that's why Shamar was going around. Yeah, it was really nice. That's why we were seeing Shamar going to different schools and everything, because he was on TV. He was on the ABC television. I didn't see the interview yet, but I did see the interview with him on the radio station in Texas. But they was addressing they was addressing Shamar, how did he handle about being attacked and being bullied and being harassed by Tommy the Gossip. But they didn't never say Tommy the Gossip name. They don't never give Tommy the Gossip no shine. But they was just asking Shamar how did he deal with it and how did he's still standing up straight. And that's God's will. So this kid at the ceremony this morning, um, he said he dedicated his whole essay to Shamar, because he said Shamar gave him more strength and more to address it. Like, you don't have to be physical, and sometimes you do have to come out your character and just let a motherfucker know you're not gonna keep bullying me. But this child, it shows you how these children, and these are teenagers, regardless if they're in high school or not, they still kids. But you can see how the whole world has watched Tommy Gossip harass Shamar and still trying to harass Shamar in his sneaky way. But you can't harass God's will. You cannot destroy God's plan for God's angel. And won't God do it? Because Shamar is still shining. He mad because Shamar got Big Marco and his face on a T-shirt, and Alex, Shamar's manager, and Shamar was in a video showing off the T-shirt that said Big Marco, and Shamar's in the middle of it. And so Alex said, "How much, Shamar?" And Shamar said, $40, joking around. So he took it and ran with it. So anything that Tommy's trying to put out to his bitter platform and the bitter bloggers or whatever, because they're not content. They just keep passing on evilness. They go from one blog, they all gonna be posting the same thing, but just having a different form of evilness. Like, make it make sense. How we so unaware, and then the people that follows Tommy, how we are so unaware that your child could be being bullied, your child could be being sexually assaulted. As much as he thinks and always say somebody sexually assaulted somebody's child, I like it. You, a person that talks like that all the time is, and you got to go deeper involved and into it, because it's a reason why Tommy keep talking about being molested, even though he's been molested all his life, and why different things, different agendas that he talks about. You know what, Kai? Absolutely. I am so proud of Shamar. You know what I'm saying? And that's God. God did that for that young man. Because if you followed Shamar from the time you knew Shamar back in 2015, 2018, when he was really struggling as a homeless man, and then you see his accomplishments today and where he's at, and he's still following his dream, and he's looking back at his haters laughing at him. I love him too, Kai, and absolutely we are proud. The whole, not just us, not just me and you love him, Kai. The whole world, the whole nation is embracing Shamar and embracing his accomplishment, and watch him take on this bully on the internet, and then this bully attacks him, and then this bully keep trying to tear down what God is building. The more Tommy spit that venom out about Shamar, the more God bless him, the more God sends blessings to Shamar. Bless him right in from make his motherfucking hater even mad. Tommy's the biggest hater in the world, because you know why he's hating? Let's keep it 100. Because he knows everybody's tired of him, and everybody's growing up, and everybody's growing out of him, and out of the messiness and all the demon shit and all the bullshit that he carries with him, and everybody's going on. So now he knows he's going to be left behind. So he's still trying to pick, and he's nitpicking. Now he wants to nitpick with this woman and her children. Little girls today wear their skirts and wear shorts underneath it, and they dance around. Just because you see a little girl dancing around with her mother, the first thing that comes to his mind, oh, she's a stripper. She teaching her daughter how to be a stripper. He's got never nothing positive to say about anybody, because he don't want nobody to look at nobody else in a good way. He always wants you to look at everybody in a bitter way, like he look at life. His life is, look how he looks. He looks tired. Old saggy ass bag lady. He looks like an old saggy ragamuffin. That's what the fuck he is. He's a ragamuffin. A bummy ass nigga that is scared that know that everybody's moving on without Tommy. Everybody, including Clue, Kylie, including all the ones that he's been trying to use as a pawn to keep his platform going. They not fucking with him. Nobody's fucking with him. But the miserable people on earth. So now they took Shamar as the spokesperson for going to different schools and talking to the kids about how he dealt with the being bullied and everything. And I just, my question to Tommy the gossip, how do you feel knowing that the whole fucking nation hates you, bro? They despise of you. They don't even call your name. They don't give you no kind of shine. But when they talk in circles, everybody know what's going on. But yes, Shamar should be the spokesperson for being bullied. because look at what y'all did to him. And these were y'all was calling him your friend. Only person, like, I'm not even gonna mention this young man's name in this. Only person, none of y'all was his friend. Look what y'all did. You took him. Y'all went with him to Miami on his birthday. You and that boy Ty or Tay, and treated Shamar like a animal. Just disrespected Shamar. Then yo broke into his house. Not saying Tommy did. I'm just saying these are the pattern of the people that said that they were supposed to be Shamar's friend. Broke in his house, stole his money, send the police to his house about the dog, sending pizza to his house, took down had his pages taken down because his pages was popping. Made all kinds of defamations about Shamar, talked about his deformed body. I mean, y'all did so much to this young man, and look where he at. Look at him now. Who's getting the last laugh? And won't God do it? But you still got Tommy the gossip still trying to carry on his bitterness because he ain't got nothing to give. He's still trying to send out shouts thinking that somebody's gonna acknowledge the fact that he acknowledged that somebody's out of jail. No, nobody's giving you acknowledgement. Nobody's mentioning you. You are so bitter, and the whole world hates you because of the fact that you think that you are an internet bully. So it's awareness month, and awareness of us teaching our kids and teaching people that they don't have to hide the fact that they being bullied, where they afraid to tell the next person or afraid to tell their parents. So my advice to the parents that are a good that are in your kids lives and their business, and checking they and making sure they're doing good on they ain't socializing with the wrong people on the internet and watching the wrong people on the internet, and making sure that they're not getting bullied. I salute y'all for real, for real. But all those bitter angry birds, demons that follow Tommy the gossip and watch him be bitter and talk bitter and carry nothing but evilness, yo, their child, those people's child are being molested and being bullied, and they don't have no concern in the world because look at the pattern of who they following. Exactly. That's why I say he hides out. He hides out, Kai. You know, he's one of those peekaboo. Peekaboo, I see you, and he only hides out when he knows no. I bet you he didn't come outside when I was up there. I bet you that. I bet you that. I bet you he didn't get outside when I was there. You know what I'm saying? I bet you that because he knows that. That's why he don't get involved and be around the community, because he don't know where his fucking assaults are gonna come in. Because people could just assault him just because of the fact that he thinks he's a bully, just because of the fact they seen him brag about how he sucker punched Shamar in the face and ran. See, he keeps forgetting that people have, just like he has the bitter thoughts and stuff like that. They have people in society that have concern about people getting bullied. And what I mean about that, you ever see it's this organization, I follow them too. I can't think of their names right now, Kai. And it's like a black motorcycle gang. And they go to a kid's school that's getting bullied. I don't know if you ever seen them on. They should be popular because they are on the internet and everything. But excuse me. But it's a black motorcycle male uh, um, group that goes around to the schools and find the child that's being bullied and stands up for them. So they they around. You know what I'm saying? But it like the bitterness that bad bug face creep, you can see his misery. You can see all in him. He wears filthy clothes. He'll wear that tan shirt for 3 days. Then he'll take it off and put on a dirty black shirt, and then they put on the dirty old lady clothes with the Judge Judy grandma wigs on. Like, come on, man. That bitterness in him is because he wants to keep his platform is for hate, for people that really don't have a heart and don't have a life, and just constantly likes to hear dirty and bitterness and about tearing somebody down. But Tommy can't tear nobody down, nobody, no more, no more than like he think he could. You know, everybody's tired of him. He's not doing that, but he's mad now. He's mad because they gave Shamar the utmost respect. And you know this, you know what I'm saying, Kai. I'm not trying to turn nobody against nobody. You know, we adults up here. We're not kidding, but it's just to show you that these teenagers not only have the nation of adults, but the nation of teenagers watched on Tommy thinking that he was an internet bully. You know, yeah. Exactly. But they don't. They encourage the bad, dysfunctional behavior coming from a bitter soul. Tommy's a bitter soul. He comes from evilness. He comes from, and it's sad because you can't change that. You can't change an old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it don't want to be trained, thinks that it's cute. You know what it is that he don't want to see. He don't want to see other people loving Shamar. He don't want to see other people loving Alvo. He don't want to see other people loving Kay, loving Kylie, loving Armory, loving J Rock, loving Q, loving, you know, all the ones. You know, he don't want nobody to love them. He wants people to focus on him and being bitter and being like, "Yeah, Tommy, what else? What else did you hear?" Because you don't. He don't be out on the land in the community. He don't be. He in Atlanta. He in Atlanta. Why wasn't he? He's so popular. Remember, he was saying he's so popular. How come he wasn't at the gay thing, the gay community things that they was having this week, last weekend? Or how come he's never involved in the gay community? How come? How comes he's never around positive influencers or positive? They don't even fuck with him on TikTok. Not near one of those positive gay men fuck with him on TikTok. Not near one of them. Not near one of them. And it's sad because he made this bed. He's gonna lay in it, and you know it's not about always. It's not about. Yeah, he loves that. He can't feed off happiness. When Tommy sees that Alvo's getting shine, or Shamar's getting shine, or Kay's getting shine, or somebody's getting more shine than him, he quickly runs to his internet and makes a bitter thing. And then you got all the bitter bloggers reposting it. This is what Tommy the Gossip said, like his go, like Tommy the Gossip's word is like he's the golden child. Like, nah, bitch. Like y'all motherfuckers that follow Tommy, y'all are followers. Y'all don't have no leadership in your life, and your kids are the ones that are being molested by your boyfriends, by their uncles, by their brothers, their cousins. They, you know, being tortured in school because y'all ain't paying attention. Y'all paying attention to a weirdo that's obsessed and jealous of other people that accomplished something that he thought that he was going to follow the yellow brick road with them, and they left that nigga with the tin man looking for some oil and can't move. Okay, he can't move. Tommy's too robotic. He's stuck on stupid. He don't never want to see. He took the nation asking Shamar to be the spokesperson to go to the schools and teach the kids how to deal with people bullying him and how did he come up out of it. What was the solution? Tommy took it and ran with it like it was a negative thing. He sees Shamar got his name on Big Marco on his merchandise endorsement like any other. What do you think selling CDs is? Endorsement. You think athletes don't take commercials when they endorsing their sneaker products? So he don't understand how to move around in society. So he's stuck on stupid on and want people to listen to his dumb, uneducated ass. So he's seen Shamar's merchandise. Who's gonna buy Shamar's shirt for $40? Even though Shamar and his manager was playing around in the video, he said, "How much you gonna pay for Shamar?" Shamar said $40. He runs with that. Y'all gonna pay for $40? It's not a big thing to me. Of course, it's not a big thing to you, Tommy the Gossip, because it's not for you. It's not. You're not Shamar's fan. And if he wanted to sell it for $50, so what? You're mad and you're trying to make uh, Shamar's accomplishment look bad because you can't accomplish shit. And I tell you no lie, Kai. I was in it was like they was just, like the kids were just getting up there, like we gotta stop bullying kids in school. We gotta look out for each other. We gotta make feel if we see somebody. They were just speaking so good, and then after like the sixth, I think he was like the sixth or the seventh child when he was like, "I'm dedicating my essay to Shamar." I was like, "Oh wow!" And that made me really sit up straight. I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm glad I didn't miss this ceremony today at this high school because it was a valuable thing and a valuable lesson to learn as an adult and listening coming from the next generation growing up and acknowledging bullying isn't okay and somebody getting bullied and keeping it to themselves is not okay. And so we all are now working together with the children and the teenagers on solutions and on developing programs in the community. So, because before they had the Boys and Girls Club, but I think that's played out because the Boys and Girls Club is nothing was a human trafficker place anyway. And they didn't really do anything for our kids, but programs that are set for our children to be able to have. That's why have each other go to and they learn trades and learn how to discipline and learn how to get along with others, learn how to help each other without them feeling like if they help the next person, they're going to be scared of the bully standing behind a tree playing peekaboo, watching you so he could call you a punk for helping thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we got to pay attention to our kids. It's Awareness Month and they paying awareness and they picked Shamar as a spokesperson to go around to these schools and states to talk to these children about being bullied and letting them know it's okay to speak up. And that's what we all should be teaching our children and teaching the kids or someone in general. It's not just kids that are being bullied. Adults are being bullied. Handicapped people are being bullied. And you got to have a bitter fucking soul to fuck with a handicap. Jealous of a handicap that you keep calling your a llama and you a dusty motherfucker. I don't get how he wants all this praise and he's the dusty motherfucker. Out of everybody he talk about, look at him and look at everybody he talk about. Real talk. Yo, but it was a beautiful thing today, Kai. It shocked me, girl. If you could have been the angel next to me, I almost cried. My coworker, excuse me, my coworker, they was like, kids are paying attention. Our kids are paying attention, and not only that, I'm glad that the world seen this. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because, and it's not his Shamar's growth came from Big Sexy. I call him Brian. Big Sexy be, got Shamar this this on this path. You know, introduced Shamar to his management crew. That's how Shamar got this new management crew, this new positive walk, this new walk of life, his new goals, his new stress in life, his growth. You know, so with that said, when you got all these dubs, just like that older lady Coco. Absolutely. Absolutely, they love him. They love him. And when I say Shamar hasn't been down here to Virginia yet, but I'm sure the Board of Education and everybody, they so involved. They're now trying to get programs together for the after school programs for the teenagers. Don't have to. We don't have kids hanging out in the streets like normal people. I'm not trying to make it look like we better than other, but we don't have that. But we do have places where kids can go and be ghetto and hang on, try to be hood and think, you know. So we are trying to find, thanks with Shamar, you know, we don't need Shamar's help, but just Shamar just taking that step to come and talk to these kids in the schools and teach them, like you don't always have to uh fight fight physically back, and Shamar didn't do that. And we seen Shamar where he's made statements on he wanted to commit suicide because of the harassment that was kicked, you know, that was being done to him. And we don't want our kids or anybody to feel like that in society. But then, you know, Tommy is a weak-minded motherfucker. See, Tommy couldn't do that shit to me or you, Kai, or anybody that strong-minded. See, Tommy's a weak-minded person, and he thrives often trying to see if he can find weak-minded people that are not saying they weak for real or just weak on what they're going through in their struggle. Because when people, you know, that's what life is all about, falling and getting back up. So when people are falling and he thinks at that's their weakest point, that's where Tommy feels like he's got the upper hand. And now he's more bitter now because his idols that he's obsessed with and he's stalking to see their next move, he's trying to keep positive energy on his platform. Oh, Shamar out here trying to sell t-shirts with his name. Who's gonna buy that shit? His fans, people that love Shamar. If they come down here to Virginia Beach with Big Marco on it, you could best believe me, I'm getting me a 2X. Because he said he's going to have them in all shape, colors, and sizes, motherfucker. I'm going to buy me one because I love Shamar. I love anybody that comes from accomplishment. That's like Kai, you taking your name, putting it on a t-shirt in pretty pink and pretty colors, and you making a t-shirt out of you going to sell your merchandise. What's wrong with that? That's a hustle. See, Tommy don't understand living life. Living life to him is a bitter thing. You see all the negative things he has to say about people living life. You see how all these negative comments these people like Coco last night. She gets on her. Now she too old for that. The one that Flavor Flav mama. She too old for that to get on the internet and say, because Al said he wants to change it, he's calming down. That's because he took a look at himself, and you know, and it's okay for people to sit back and say, "Damn Jamaica," or "Damn Kai." You know, I'm gonna say, "Damn Jamaica." There's something about you that I don't like. That you talking to yourself. So regardless to how long Al sat in jail, he sat long enough to know that he wanted to change something in his life. So he said he wants to change. He don't want to be hyper. He wants to be more creative. He wants to focus on his goals and his path of what God got in store for his journey through life. And she's here go this old ass bitch Coco, ashy gray faced ass predator face bitch. uh, Apple ain't been sitting down for 45 days. He ain't gonna change. Like, how the fuck do you know? Do you see how negative these people are? They don't want to see Apple shine. They don't want to see Shamar shine. Because you see, they keep doing is posting old bullshit and bitter bullshit. They still posting shit from years ago with Alvo and Shamar or 6 months ago, and now they posting nothing but bitterness. What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think about him calming down? Y'all think he really gonna calm down? That ain't none of our business if he doing nothing. That's how he feels at the moment. If he do or if he don't, that's how the fuck he feels at the moment. The people got to stop trying to act like they can run somebody else's life when they can't run their own. When they can't run their own. Ain't like Kai, come on now. Who does like bruh. Like when those children was at their ceremony today, that shit was so fucking it was so like, yeah, like bruh. And that's what bullies do. They play that peekaboo game. They hide behind shit and play. Let me see who's the weakest. And see, Tommy Gossip, no, he wouldn't. He would never run up on nobody else like he did Shamar and ran and sucker punched him and ran. Because you ran up on Shamar because he got it disabled. I ran up on the llama. I ran up like we was gonna gratitude this nigga hate the fact that we be big, you know, sending blessings to Shamar and Alvo. He hates that. He hates that. Oh, he ain't give nobody no love. He ain't give nobody. Regardless, he don't have to. Wouldn't you want him to write it on a big ass blimp? Because the whole nation's not only voting for motherfucking Shamar, they voting for him too. Alvo too. What, you gonna be mad at the whole nation? And then you gonna laugh the whole nation because he didn't say the whole nation? The fuck? He's grateful. He's humble. But y'all, they get up here with bitter souls and act like you supposed to get up here. He's supposed to just like the dumb bitch bedtime. She got on her fucking thing. Al was in Atlanta because he's homeless because he lost his apartment in Houston. How do you know that? They just saying anything because they want him to react to what they writing because they don't know. They question, well, do he still got his apartment? Is he going to stay in Atlanta? Is he going to be with Shamar? Is Shamar doing this? Is Shamar going to be doing that? Like, come on, get your life. Like, what is wrong with y'all people not wanting to live your own life? How you know your kid ain't being bullied? And some of you tacky motherfuckers that follow Tommy the Gossip, I guarantee you, y'all blame your daughter for your boyfriend wanting to be and molested your kids. No, they don't want to see nobody win. And that's why I say it's not enough platforms like we got right here, Takai, where people are very positive and want to see people win. Like, how you not happy about you seeing somebody struggle, come from a struggle? You got to remember, first and foremost, we all are sinners, okay? We all fall, but getting back up is the strength and the growth. When a person is aware of the fact that they're falling and can't get back up, you stay bitter like Tommy the Gossip. When you're falling, like the angels of Alvo's spirit and Shamar's spirit, you fell and you got back the fuck up and you still standing up and you still trying to climb that ladder before you go meet your maker. What's wrong with that? And that goes for anybody, not just those two. That goes for anybody that feels like if you fall down, you don't have the strength to get back up. Because if you don't have the strength to get back up, that means you turned off the lights in your life. You know how the electricity people turn off your electricity bill when you late and you don't pay your bill and they just turn that shit off from the company? That's how y'all bitter people are doing with your life that sits on the internet and all day long and got nothing but bitterness to say about somebody or just praying on somebody go down or stay down. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's why I say, Kai, that's why I say I don't give a fuck if I only have one visitor or one follower. I said visitor. What they be calling them followers or one viewer. As long as my motherfucking point get across to somebody, y'all ain't the only people that sees me. You know what I'm saying? YouTube's not the only people that sees me and don't understand the movement because, like they say, we need more um, positive platforms where people don't have to feel like they got to always be attacked or they can't come into a group and be okay and be themselves. That's why these motherfuckers scare people away. Scare people away on the strength of everything, bro. Like you make people feel like damn they can't trust nobody because they come to a fucking internet and you got bullies that think that you share something personal because you really people that share interpersonal situation is because and if they sharing it in the public is because they looking for advice, not bitter advice, a solution to help them get through the situation. They got people scared to even want to talk to other people. And that's so real though. And that's so real though, Kai, because everybody needs somebody. Right. Right. That's what I said. I said to myself, I said that too. I said I'm gonna talk about it, but not mention the name because you're right. Because he glorifies um, negativity when we talking about it. But he little do he know the whole world hates him. The whole how do you feel knowing that the whole world hates you? Nobody wants to be your friend. Nobody wants to be go out to dinner with you. Nobody don't want to do shit with you. Not a damn thing. I could never live like that. You're not a criminal, but you're looking over your shoulder because you don't know who's gonna attack you. Not and look though, Kai. He got to look over his shoulder everywhere you look or everywhere you go. You got to sit at the back of the bus because you want to look forward because of the fact you don't know who's gonna punch you in your face just for you thinking you are the internet bully just because of what they see. You know what I'm saying? Like of your character as thinking you're a bully. But yeah, anyway, make sure like people like awareness like it don't cost nothing to be aware and you know we got to find a solution of our kids being bullied and people are being bullied and what to do even if you're being bullied on the internet they also have FBI bully cyber internet app that you could go on and address it and they investigate it like they investigate in certain people that just constantly just get up and you know, like it don't make a bully is afraid to admit they wrong, afraid to uh, congratulate others when they doing better. You know, a bully want to see you stuck, miserable, like sitting on a bed, sneaking outside because the community don't like you. You know, I could never live like that. You right though, Kai. I read what you said though, Mama. I did though on Christ. I'm not. From now on, it'll be a fucking nickname instead of that name because yeah, he get off with negativity. And mine ain't. We ain't negative. We just stating facts and trying to. I'm not analyzing. I'm just saying like these are grown as adults. Like we all are grown as adults. They say you got to be 21 and over to be up on a platform with adults and to see you got 90% of the world loving positivity and wanting unity, and then you got that other percentage being bitter and want to keep giving or getting on a platform and having everybody on your platform hate on the people that you hating on. That's a cult where you can get arrested for because that's cyberbullying. Everybody on his platform is cyberbullying. Sitting back watching other people accomplish their goals or just accomplish life or just living life, enjoying their family and enjoying their friends and enjoying their associates. You know, they sitting back analyzing it and being bitter about it because they don't know how to smile. They don't know what love is. They don't know what a real friendship is. You know what I'm saying? If he was a true friend to these people that he's hating on, they will still be around. And that's sad as an adult. You got to start all over like you in preschool, learning how to be a friend, learning the real true meaning of a friend when you call somebody your friend. Jesus. It's just sad, but it was a beautiful day today, Kai, and and because of all these floods and they trying to soak up all the water in certain areas, my day today was going to that ceremony that the kids was doing for awareness, and they still got it going on, but it's raining outside and everything, and you see I'm in my sweat gear and shit. I'm going to take advantage of my day off, really, basically, and try to find solutions, Kai. And I'm also absolutely. Oh, you see just as your eyes is open just as much as us, and we both wear glasses, so we got 8 eyes open and seeing that the platform is going dry. It's going dry. And don't believe the hype when you see 9 point something views. You already know they playing with the numbers. It ain't that. When the nation is hating on you, you don't got that many views. You can pretend all you want. And Jamaica is fake pretender. Stop pretending. That's what we say. Fake pretender. Stop pretending. You know. So you know, you see the growth in who's growing and who's not, who's stuck on stupid and who's stuck on misery. Then you see the growth and the change of the growth of people wanting to change. People like, especially people that want to be in the public's eyes, such as Shamar. And such as Al wanting a model career. People don't want to see them uh, uh, coming out their characters and addressing negativity. People want to see them growing and maturing in life, and that's what they're doing. And I don't see nothing wrong with them maturing and realizing that they're about. Shamar's about to be 30 because he's 28, and Al just turned 25. When we start, everybody started living life at 25. That's when you came to your decision. It's time to mature. It's time. It's time to tighten up, level up that shit. It's time to tighten up everything in your life, and what's wrong and what you feel is wrong with your life. It's time for you to fix it, not somebody's. You can get good positive advice to help you uh, go on the right path to fix it, but to listen to a negative advice and make you feel like I think the reason why people spit out those negative advice because they want these two people, or they want people's souls to feel like, oh, if you grow, you ain't people ain't gonna love you. People love to see people grow. People don't love to see gossip. People don't love to see bullies. People don't love to see bitterness. Not the people that I know, not the celebrities and the associates and the politician people and the friends that I know do. We don't like to see hatred, you know, especially coming from one culture. When is the unity ever going to be respected and understood? And then you complain about other cultures always saying black folks don't know how to get along. Well, why are you going to get mad? Why you get mad when a white man call you a nigger? Even though nigger is not a black person, nigger means ignorance, a person that act ignorant. So why would you get mad at a white person when they call you ignorant when you are ignorant? And you don't have respect for your culture. That's why it's easy for other cultures to pick on the black culture, because they see the black culture has a loophole, a broken chain of disrespecting their own culture, their own community, their own hood, their own children, each other. And I know I don't think I'm better because I'm Jamaican. I just feel like I feel like the world just need to learn how to get along. What the fuck? And just because we're not meant to do what the next person is doing. I'm not meant to do what you doing. Yes, sweetheart, it's raining. Yeah. Yeah, and they got a bunch, and some places like in Norford, and or like going down Virginia Beach Boulevard. If you're going east, Virginia Beach Boulevard, that's like going towards Norford. It's like it's flooded because that's where all those houses, little houses, is. That's why a lot of people get flood damages because they don't got basement, and the flood, they got to clean out those drains in the street. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's what the people that work for the community of your city or state, they should be riding around sucking that water up and cleaning out the drains so it can go down in the drain, so it won't be floods. They wait until it's, and down here in Virginia, they be slow on shit because they're not used to having hurricanes down in Virginia Beach. And when it snowed, they're not prepared because they don't have shovels and snow machines and so. But they wait too late to start reacting to this type of weather, hurricane season, floods, rain. You know what I'm saying? They wait too late, especially in the areas of North Carolina and South Carolina and Virginia and Atlanta and places like that. Because in Atlanta, I can't say because Atlanta does have houses with basement, but and North Carolina, that's why it's so easy to buy a house in North Carolina, because their house is built on a concrete, but the concrete don't have a basement. You know how normal houses have a basement, then it's the house to prevent floods. So yeah, like I'm just praying that nobody family is flooded out their houses, because the water is some of the cars is up to their passenger um, side of the car. So that's like if we're walking, if it's up to the passenger side of a car, that's up to your waist. So yeah, I just hope everybody stays safe in the community. It's raining where you at, Kai? Yeah, he do. He do. He do. Long as he stay focused and stop worrying about what a bitter motherfucker got to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, I don't even care. Just like they always like, yeah, there's a dyke that's up there. She talking about this one and that one. I'm talking about the behavior of adults that shouldn't be happening. If you don't know how to fucking communicate with others and get along with others, and then the sad part about all of this, we're on the internet. It's not like a motherfucker is sitting next to you, or you going outside and hang out in the hood with them, or hang out in the car and drive around with them. These motherfuckers is hating people, just showing who they are on a daily basis. Like if they hating on him, they hating on him because broke. He's brave enough and bold enough to show people this is who I am. Accept me for who I am. What's wrong with accepting people for who they are? We all be having, we all stumble. We all stumble and fall, but there's some of us that knows how to get up and get back up and change what made us fall. You know what I'm saying? That's why they hate on him so bad, because he's always acknowledging something that he doesn't like about himself that he wants to change. And when he says that word change, there's those devils. Oh no, we don't want to see you do good. Hell no, nigga. We gonna keep motherfuckers saying bad things about you, because we want you to know that we want you to feel weak about yourself. If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today. Yeah, you do that, babe. When you get ready to hang up, let me know, because that's when I'm gonna hang up and go and get me not get me something to eat, and go make me something to eat in the kitchen, because I ain't going back out in that weather. I stand on my patio and watch how hard the wind is blowing, because I got one of those wind fans uh, that with the charms, and it shows you how hard the wind is blowing. Yeah, just matter of fact, go and do that now, and if I'm not too tired, I'll come back up later on, like later on tonight. So by that time you get yourself together, get the kids together and stuff, and do what you got to do, and go ahead and do that, because I don't want to hold you, because it's right now we should do what we got to do if the weather is bad. So I want to make sure that I got enough water. I probably go get me another case of water. And Kai, when you do go to the supermarket, make sure you get the 40 case. They got cases that got 40 water bottles in it and last longer. But yeah, Kai, go ahead and do that now, because I'm about to hang up and do and take care of my business, because no telling how long this weather gonna last. Because I've been watching it on the news, and it's like supposed to be a freaking another hurricane. Not saying that it's coming through Philly or anything like that, but we just gotta, you know, be prepared anyway, because these white people, these evil demonic demons is playing with the weather, because they hate President Donald Trump. You see how much hatred it is in this world. You just can't accept the fact that the Democratic Party fucked up our country, and now that you got the Republican people that love America and love being Americans and being in America, wants to make sure that America comes first again, they want to hate on it. So, it is what it is. Everybody's got their own way. If he allows that. I think he will. I think he will, because he's speaking and he's speaking a good game, a good or way for himself. He had time enough to say what he really want to be focused on, but he's I think so. I think he's ready for it now. I think he's really tired of the BS, and he sees that he really wasn't getting nothing out of it. So yeah, I follow that with you though on that one, Kai. You know, yeah, but yeah, babe. What time is it? What time is it? Yeah, it's 11:19 down here. What time is it over there with you, ma? But yeah, though, I just want you to be safe out there. So because in Philly, man, when that shit that rain come down, I wish I would have knew you when I was up in Philly when they had that NA convention in what was it 2015? I think it was in 2015. They had the biggest NA convention up there. Yeah, I was up there. I was on South Broad Street. I was at the Hilton Hotel. I was on the 57th floor, and I was there. I was there because I like to do new. I like to experience new things in life, and going to the NA convention and seeing how many people all over. I mean, they wasn't just in America. They was coming from London, Africa. They was coming from Peru, Bahamas. They was come from all over the place telling their stories how they've been clean for 60 years. They was an addict. Some of them was an addict for 20 years and decided to hit rock bottom and was clean. I love doing that. Yeah, Kai. All right, babe. I love you. I want you to be safe out there, mama. And I'll come back on. We'll come back. We chit chat later on. Later on tonight. I'll come back on for a few. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't take a chance to be driving in my damn BMW on these motherfucking floods. I don't give a fuck. My shit too expensive. You got to order the parts if something fuck up in a BMW. I'm Jamaican. That's all I'm used to driving is BMWs. But that's all we drove in Jamaica is BMWs. But yeah, man, I love you. And stay blessed. Know that you're beautiful. Own that you're beautiful. Own your worth, and make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. If you're going by yourself, don't be so friendly with friendly people. Make sure you ain't being followed around traffickers that are in the store. Don't touch things on your car that you didn't put there. And just be safe, Kai. And I'll hit you up later, though, Mama. You heard me? I'll hit you up later. Well, I'll holler at you, though. Just be safe out there, okay, Mama? Peace and blessings to everybody. I want everybody to be safe. Everybody that is going through this hurricane or this flood and hurricane season, be safe. Make sure you got enough water and juices in your house for you and your family. Be safe. Always think positive. Keep prayer in your life. Guard your peacefulness. Stop following the devil. It's okay to get God in your life. Start giving out positive energy. It's okay to be okay. It's okay to say you love somebody. It's okay to tell people you're hurting. Just know that you're not alone in this world when you have somebody like me living. This is the platform, whether we get a big audience or not, whether we get bigger views or more people following, doesn't matter. Whoever is in here, just know that we're here for each other, and it's about helping each other and guarding our family and guarding our friends and our children and protecting our communities and protecting each other and growing as a unit. Okay, so with that said, y'all have a blessed day. Love you. Two up, two down, VA all day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay blessed. Be easy. I'll holler at y'all. Be easy though.